Hello, test, test, test. All right, great. Sorry, guys. Um, Welcome everyone. This live stream is to demo Zayuk and our voting portion. So electronic voting will be permitted uh, for property associations starting January 1st, and for that reason, we are now we provide voting features across both general members and board members of an association. So here we're in the main screen, or I'm sorry, the menu of Zayuk Safe, and we have several options. And here under association, you'll see board, and here under my account, you'll see my account. And before we do that, go there, let's go to votes. So here in votes, we have a few votes here. So here are two active votes. We can tell today is the 18th, I believe, 18th. And so these are past votes. And if we come here, no ballots were cast for these votes. No ballots. One ballot was cast for example owner. This is to vote the example owner as president. It's a position change. It occurred throughout these dates. So here you can see on a board vote that the outcome was example owner had one ballot. Coming here, we have another change to president, and here you could see how we set dates, start date for voters, end date for voters, and the voting group type. So this is a general vote for a change to president. The example owner is the only person. And we could go to change that. Say in real life, there would be multiple owners. You come to the unit directory, and then you come here. Let's say you come here and go unit 2, floor 2. That we don't need to put a percent. Okay, so then you have unit 2, and only owners can vote. Tenants can't vote. At least that's how we have it allocated so far. That and if there's customer need for tenants to vote, we'll change that. But since it's all associations, owners are the ones that are permitted to vote. And then votes in general votes are, and you guys can go to our documentation on Zayuk.com, where we have this all listed out under the voting section. But our general votes are allocated to each unit, whereas board votes are allocated to each board member. And so that's a big distinction, because general votes are allocated to a unit, which means if there are two owners at a unit, either owner can vote. If there's two owners and two tenants on a unit, the tenants can't vote, but the owners can. And so that still is important because it's not to any single individual. Whereas the board votes go to individual board members who have been elected, or for whatever, under what circumstances for their association, given board level privileges, and they can vote. as an individual, and those are recorded. So a big distinction here is that board member votes and the voter are recorded together, whereas general member votes and the voter are not recorded together. So your ballot and the recording of you as a voter are not, in this is done in the cloud, and in that script, they're documented in different ways. And so, but for a board member, that's not the case, where, in most HOAs, board member votes are public information. And another portion on the votes that's important is those are, if you're a board member, then you can see all voting. But if you're a general member, you can only see general votes. So board votes are kept within the privilege of the board, and general votes are kept within the privilege of the general votes. And so we'll, based on customer need, change that. But this is the way we do it. So we just came here. Let's do example owner 2 at example owner 2222.com, and I'm going to just delete that person later. So, and I think their name is EO. So this person's name is EO. So if we come back here to the vote section, that's an owner. And we come here to change to president. You'll see EO is now here, and you can add EO to this vote for change to president. So then anyone who's an owner, or really, anyone, a tenant could be placed there. You wouldn't put a tenant there, but that's an important note. Another distinction is here, notify. So you have to send a notification for every vote, and that does that. This sends a notify to, let me excuse me, I'm thinking of some this notifies every owner of this vote, and that will have permissions on it too, based off of board or general. Okay. So that was one vote that's open. A second vote that's open is this board vote on new dues increase. So 16% dues increase vote to pay for insurance increases. This is a board vote. And so if you can see, also we have the option to archive. So let's just create a vote. Let's say we want an assessment of $400 or $40,000. New assessment. Oops. And let's not even, we're going to just delete this. So, and we're not going to put a description since we're going to delete this. Vote created. So you'll see that there. New assessment, which is a board vote. And let's just go, before we delete that, to here. And okay. Oh, it's not open. That's why I was going to say we should check it out, but because that's actually a good distinction. So I'm glad I came here. That vote didn't come through because it's not an open vote because there's no um, so yeah, just for everyone's information, I'm a board member here at this association, so that's why I'm given this vote. But if I were a general member, I wouldn't have a board vote. So you can see this open vote is here for me to vote on, and it puts the description and the type. And then here, if I come to my account, because I'm also a general member, I actually have an open ballot as well, the change to president, as well as I can see the invoices to this specific unit. So this is, again, an important distinction. And if I had a second unit, I would have a second set of invoices as well as a second ballot. So that's an important distinction as well for general and board, is that, again, those ballots, each ballot is allocated to the unit. So if you say own 5 units in an association, you're going to get 5 general, or you and the other owner, if you have 2 owners allocated to that unit, will have um, 5 ballots, one for each unit. And if you're a board member, which most people are not board members, but in this case, my user, and just so that everyone knows, we're here in test mode. If you can see that. So if you want to go into live mode, which I'm not in live mode, you just come up here and you go switch over to live mode, live test mode. So if you're a manager or just in an association and you're interested, you can do that, play around, see how it works. So here we have a board vote, and if we come back to votes, and you can see votes is in governance, the board votes are in board, the board section under association, and the general votes are in my units under my account for each unit. So maybe I'll have an open ballot for a second unit next time. And then, so let me go here to votes. Let me take this. Oh, I'm sorry. Delete this one. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. I'll have to check out what happened there. All right. Well, I think it actually might have deleted. No. I'll figure that one out. But coming here, we'll vote board vote on new dues increase. No. And then that becomes a submitted vote. And so you've now submitted that. Here, change to president and say, you want to vote EO, and then that's no ballots as well. So those are our ballots features. I'm sorry, our voting features. The delete, I'll figure that one out. I'm quite embarrassed by that, but not really. We'll figure that one out, and it's really exciting to get this voting feature out to associations and property managers, and I think it's really powerful. It's pretty simple. I don't if associations need any more features, we're willing to add them. Um, it's fairly robust in the sense that you can add multiple different types, rule change, assessment, budget, other, across board or general members. And so we're ready for associations to save money on voting. Paper ballots and distribution of paper ballots is not cheap. So this is a good